Hey guys, this is Coach Kimmy, and I love to mentor and teach you how to do a signature layered haircut. The best part about this haircut is that you could do 3 different haircuts with it. You could have a long layered like mine, or you could even have it longer, so you can kind of take it different sections. You could have a real long layer with like longer than mine. You could have my length beach ball haircut, and that's what this is going to be called. It's the signature haircut. It's called a beach ball pattern. Okay, but it's a layered, beautiful shag. So you could also do a medium length. You could do a short length, which would be a pixie. So it's nice to be able to go like different levels, but with the same exact pattern. So it's really a money winner for learning this haircut, because you could do so many haircuts with it and you will double your income for sure if this becomes your sweet spot and your expertise. I have a lot of years of training. I did 35 years of training with top global artists, and it's amazing that all the things that I've learned, you just build upon another technique, another technique, another technique, and then you just have this mastery. So this is definitely a master class just for this beach ball pattern haircut. I really want to teach it to you. So here is the way it goes. So beach ball, right? You have the middle of the beach ball, and then you have a section coming down. It'll be all red color. And then you have another section, be all green. Then you'd have all blue. Then you'd have white. I love it to give you a visual so that you can really understand those are the sections we're going to be working with. Now, Sarah is going to be doing her mom's hair, but I am going to coach and guide her while she's doing that haircut. And what matters the most? Well, the way you stand really matters. The way you hold your fingers really matters. Like those things, even though they seem so little, the more and more that I've done one-on-one training and coaching with my girls and with other people, I realize that those are the biggest no-nos. Is if you're standing wrong, you're not going to get the same look. You're not going to get the same angle. You're not going to get the haircut that you're really wanting to get. To master something, you have to do it exactly the way it's taught. So the way you stand, you have to stand even if it's uncomfortable. Remember, we're going to be stretching and expanding you in new directions. The more you stretch, it means you're learning something. So that's what we want to do. This is a little guide that you can use for your girls or for yourself when you're doing a haircut, so that you have clear directions inside. This is like reading music and playing music. See, I could do this haircut with my eyes closed, but I had to learn how to read the music first. I had to learn a pattern and how exactly did I take that hair? How exactly did I hold my fingers? So we're going to be reading music and we're going to be actually playing music, but with hair. So here we go. The first section would be straight down the mohawk. That would be section 1. Number 1. Okay, and then you take number 2 on both sides. But we're going to do this half first. You just go straight down. That's number 2. So number 2 is right here, and number 2 on that side. So we're really going to be dividing this hair in the middle. And basically, this is your guide. This little part is going to take you to each section of the hair. So that's 2. And then we're going to go to number 3. At least you just section them out. Number 3. And then here would be number 3. And I always think, then you're going to start taking this section and you're going to actually, come down. We're going to go down this section, 1, 2, and 3, because then that'll be the bangs. So this will be 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll have 4, 5, and 6 right there. 4, 5, and then your front. And remember, we're going to do one more right there, 6. Now what you want to do too is you're going to like take her bang. Most of the time when I do this hair, this is still going to be our guide for both of these sections. It's going to actually be coming up. So this way, this will be straight up and that will be your guide, whether it's here, here, or here. Because if we did a pixie, we'd be picking up that hair and it would be shorter. And we'd actually go to the head itself. Otherwise, we're going to over direct it. And actually it's going to come out of where it lives. All right, so look, here's our guide. This is where we start, and we're going to start in the back. Okay, we'll start in that back first, and then you'll have your guide that's going to come around this way, and then you're just going to take it for each section, because that guide will you're going to see in the back already. So that's just the start. Now, a great way to really teach your girls is to give them patterns and for them to draw patterns. That when you're doing something, they can think of the beach ball. It helps them when you teach them how to read music. That's the goal, right? We want to help you read music so that you put the pattern out already, and then when you go to do it, you already have it. It's almost like, think of an architect. Right? An architect does the whole architecting first and then they put it together. Well, that's what we're doing with here. It's great for them to put the customer's name, their name, the date, and then what exactly they did. What pattern did they do? Did they over direct it, or did they just pull it out where the hair lives? So excellent learning how to read music. I highly recommend using these for teaching your girls or for teaching yourself.
Hi Lisa, I'm Sarah. I'll be doing your hair today. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
So what are we doing today?
A haircut.
A haircut? Did you have anything in mind that you wanted to do?
I just wanted something different.
Okay. Like layers, open the layers, bangs.
Some layers. Take a couple inches off.
And do you want movement in your hair?
Yes.
Okay. And what about the bangs? Did you want more of like a curtain bang or did like a straight across?
Definitely not straight across.
Okay.
More like, face frame.
Okay. So up to your mouth, would that be okay?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So I'll be doing some short layers and a nice face frame in front and add some movement in your hair.
Sounds perfect.
Great. That's what we'll be doing today.
Okay, thanks.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Kimmy and this is my model Lisa. Lisa, thank you so much for joining with us today. Are you excited to be on camera?
Yes.
So we're going to do a consultation on her hair. And she gave me some really great pluses and negatives about her hair. She loves that her hair is thick, so that just tells me right there, I wouldn't texturize her hair. I wouldn't need to. But if she said to me, my hair is so thick, then that would make me think, oh, I would need a little bit of texture in there. She did tell me she wears her hair up, so I have to make sure that if she's not all the time though. So, and she's easy too. Her personality is very easy. That's something else really important to think about when you have a client and a customer. You want to think she was a matter of fact, very simple. Do you like change?
Yeah, I'm okay with change.
Yeah. So she'd be somebody that you could take chances with. You could say, do you want me to do this? And she'll say, sure, okay, no problem. Like, she might not like it after, but she'll get used to it. Now, I really want to do a perm with you after, right? Did you love those perms back in the day?
Yeah, I like a perm.
So this is something called future pacing. It's basically, if I layer her hair up really nice, and I'm going to give her a longer layer here, I will pull some layers and put them out here. That's one of my signature haircuts, but this would be a little bit of a longer one. It wouldn't be quite as short as mine. Unless we do that first, and then she's like, you know what, you can go a little shorter, then I would like to go shorter. Because I'd love to give her a body wave and give her back to the 70s, right? You're from the 70s? Do you love those 70s?
80s.
Yeah, 70s, 80s. What was one of your favorite songs?
Oh, I don't know. I like rock and roll.
The Cars.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Led Zeppelin, The Cars. What about Tom Petty?
Tom Petty.
Yeah, love the Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah, so good. So super fun. So I know that I could have a little fun with her and I could think of ideas that would actually help her. So that will be my consultation. Sarah did the consultation already. The only other thing that I would ask her is, Lisa, would you give me 3 chances to take a hair journey with you to get it just right, to try to give you something different and a new change?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay, that's called future agreement. Okay, we're future pacing her and she's giving me micro agreements saying yes. She's willing to take the journey on this journey, hair journey with me, and 3 chances. Because now I'm going to learn her hair. So basically I have to think, is it thick or thin? So she has fine hair, but she has medium amount to thick hair of it, right? So a lot of times people say, oh, her hair is thin. It's a thin strand, but a lot of it. So remember, thin hair is like where there's not a lot of hair. She does have a lot of hair. So that's something to think about too when you're cutting her hair. We want to find the balance in that hair. And that's the stuff I'm going to teach you. So I look forward to it. We're going to get her set up and we're going to give her a signature haircut. And we'll see you soon. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So now I want to show it to you on her head. So Sarah, you know, right? This is Lisa. And this is the beach ball layered haircut. It's my signature haircut that everybody loves. And this is what I hear all the time. And do you hear it too?
Yes.
What do people say?
They love it.
They say, I just want a Kimmy cut.
Yep, a Kimmy cut.
I just want a Kimmy cut. But this is how I learned it. And this is, listen, I came up with the theory. I just learned it from when I was 17 years old from this guy, Richie, who was a hairstylist that I got to shadow him. And he taught me sly layers and all kinds of things. And then I learned it from Bumble and Bumble as well. But not this pattern, I just kind of created my own. But I took other things that I've learned from other people and then I made it my own. I've heard other things, the way they name this, but to me, a beach ball is just easy to visualize. I love teaching her visualization and using her imagination cutting hair. So even before we even start, she could look at like where that hair would be. You turn your fingers this way, or this way, right? And there's different ways when you turn your fingers that hair is gonna lay. So I always make her think, okay, if you're doing that, where's it gonna land? So when we take that hair and she cuts it here, I want you to take it and actually come down with it and see, is that where you want it, right? And if she wants it shorter, like a pixie, right? We can come even shorter. Where's it gonna lay? It's gonna be a pixie. If we want it longer, right? We just say she wants long layers only. Where's it gonna lay? That means she's just gonna have bottom layers. Super important to know, this is gonna be her first part of the beach ball guide. So, Sarah, how much do you love doing this haircut?
I like doing it.
How do you think, how much have you done it already about?
I would say like 50%.
Okay, 58%. See, I love that she knows where she's at. See, that's a winner right there. If you could be honest with yourself where you are at about how much you know about a haircut, you will just soar to the top because then you know that's what you got to practice, right? So she's practiced this haircut a few times. And let me tell you, wait until we show you the mannequin head that she did. Killer great, right?
Yeah,
and what kind of haircut was that on that mannequin head?
It was a Kimmy cut.
Right, but it was a long layered.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
So were you proud of yourself?
I was proud of myself for that one.
Yeah. What did you give yourself on that?
Like an A.
An A. I gave her an A plus. She's being a little modest. It was an A plus. And listen, every person that sat in my chair and seen that mannequin head that was sitting over here said, wow, that's such a beautiful haircut. Wow, I love the color on that hair. Who did that? Sarah. Sarah, she is going and growing and learning so much, and I'm so proud of her. Super excited. Do you think one-on-one training is so much more effective?
Yes.
Right? Because it's just so much easier.
Yeah, so much
one-on-one.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nicer.
Great. All right, honey. So we're going to start. You're going to do her crown first, right? You're going to find out where she wants it to go. So we just got it all set up in the rows of a beach ball, right? That's the pattern of a beach ball. We're going to take this little piece right here. Now here's where, if you hold your fingers up like this, I want you to understand something. That right here, this will be the heaviest part right here. That will actually make a hook to go underneath the head. It would look really bad, just saying, unless you were doing a Jennifer Aniston haircut. Do not take your fingers and cut it like this. You're going to be in big trouble because this will be the heaviest piece and then this will be shorter, and literally it will be a nice shelf. If you like a shelf, then do it, but otherwise most people don't. And a lot of girls make shelves because I fix them. That's how I know, right? All right, so when we're here, you have to stand on this side of her. My fingers have to be here, and it's gonna go along with the comb. My comb is gonna be my director. I'm either gonna take that comb, direct it up, whichever way I want. Now, if you do it straight, the good thing is it'll be a little heavy. It won't have a real heavy weight line, but if you do it this way, you'll actually have more layers. It'll be very light and it'll be systematically, my hair is cut this way, right? Because it's systematically going down in beautiful layers. So this is where I'd want her to do it, like maybe right about here, and right where that's gonna lay, we're gonna see where's it gonna start. It'll start right about the mid of her, actually in her, where her neck, the top of her neck is. And then we'll have all long layers there. I think that would be really good. And we could always go shorter, but you can't put it back on if you do. Just saying. Just saying. All right, my friend. Yep, and see where that hair is going to lay if you cut that. You see it? Okay? All right, go ahead. Now you can grab it again. Fingers are up, standing in good position. Great job. And you could just cut that straight up if you want, just so she's point cutting, but good. And now if you want to soften that hair, you could. And how would you soften that hair, Sarah? But you'd give yourself, yeah, you got to give yourself a lot more room. A lot more room. Yeah, there you go.
Like that.
Beautiful. Okay, now that's her first guide. Now you're going to take that and then you separate it. You're going to take half of that. Here's her guide for the whole haircut. Now she'll take the next space and she'll take, and you're going to see where she left off. Okay, go ahead. And you should stand right over here. Perfect. Now you see how you see that? Mm-hmm. There you go. Fingers are up. Yep, just cut it. Good. And now go back in and texturize those ends. Give yourself about 1 inch of room, a little less. There you go. Make peaks. There you go. Perfect. And wait, let me show that. Look at how nice she's making these soft peaks. Now what do? It makes it very flexible. When you cut lines, they can be real rigid. But when you do this, it's very flexible. It'll give beautiful symmetry in that haircut. Okay. And now you're going to take half of that, you split it, and now she'll take the next piece with it. You see, having a system and a pattern makes her not get lost. So when you're starting out and you're learning something new, always do this until you imprint it, until it absolutely is 100% imprinted that you could do it with your eyes closed. And you're always going to do where it's heavy. If there's heavy hair here, that's what she did. It perfect. Yep. That's good. And I would just take a little piece of that. Yep. Okay, so this is going to change a little because her hair is not super long. So we're going to start going around the head shape because now her last layer is there. Now we're going to put a little more layers at that bottom. So we're going to start changing the head shape a little. Now I can change her fingers. Now something really important. Hold on. Let me show you something. Now I can change this haircut to here now. I couldn't do it up here because it was her guide. Okay, because you don't want to hook up there. But now I could actually just go around the shape of the head, and I could actually take this because it's not going to really measure up anymore. See, this is her last layer right there. This is the bottom. So that bottom would kind of come out. So you need some more layers here. So we'll see. Now, if I pull this all up, we're going to see you're going to kind of want to marry that to that, and you'll be able to do that. But you see how it's still on the systematic plane, right? And this is the most important part, is that when you take this up, that those fingers are that way on that hair. That's it. Everything else can come down straight if you want to. You could even cut that off if you wanted extra layers. You know, this haircut is definitely versatile to like more layers or a little less layers. So it depends on the person. We're not going to go with a ton of layers right now because she has her one length hair. So you go slow, right? We go slow first, make sure she likes them. And then if she's like, you know what, I really liked it, but I want more, then you would start to go around the head and you'd give more layers. And let me just show you what that looks like real quick. I'd go down here, take all that off, take the next one. And she's got a lot more hair down at this bottom, and that would be it. So that would be her bottom part right there. And then that would be it. So, but we're just going to take it where she has it right now, and we're going to do it a little.
So am I still doing?
You're just going to do it a little because you're going to see that you can't do a ton. Yeah, you could take that off, but comb it nicer and neater. And yep, you're standing right, there you go. Don't overdirect it. You're doing it right where it lives. Perfect. And go up on that angle. You're going to go up. There you go. The fingers, listen, you got to move your body parts too. That arm has to come up. There you go. Just go straight up. Perfect. Now you take half of that out, and now you can grab the next section with it. And then you're probably nothing's going to be in there, so you just want to do a little bit more to marry the ends. And you're doing it where it lives, right? So now you're pulling it up.
Pulling it
Right,
up.
there you go. So you're doing it where it lives. There you go. Now you got exactly where it needs to be cut. Perfect. Just soften that end though. And this is what it's called when you soften that end. She's just notching into it and making it a little more flexible. And then take half of that. Now you're going to go around that head. And don't over direct it. You're taking it right where it lives and you're taking it straight out to where that part is. And if you need to comb it more, you can comb it. You want a little... Do you see your guide?
Yeah, like right.
Let me see, because let me just see. So look at it, I'm just going to walk you through it again. Right, we're taking that first piece, going up, put it down, next piece. So right there, see that piece right there? This would come off. And it's just basically right out of where the head lives. Let me see your scissors real quick. So she would... That's it. See that? Make it flexible. And you can go deeper too. Like if you need more flexibility in that hair, you could go a little deeper with it. Now let's just see the next part. Yeah, I feel like that's it. She's pretty good. Now her mom has dense hair on this bottom. She's got a lot of extra hair down here. So this is definitely something I would just texturize this little bit of a bottom. But I would notch this bottom because she has less hair up here and a lot more down here. Now, why is that? Sarah, you tell me why. Why does she have so much more down here and not as much on the top? Think of where the ear is. See this ear?
Yes.
See how it's missing all this hair?
Yeah.
Right, because look at her hairline back here. This is all extra hair. So that's why there's so much here and it's not as much here, because she doesn't have all that extra hair on her by her ear going down. You see, right? Little things. It's the little things. All right, but look at how pretty already it's drying. See how nice and symmetry this is? It looks beautiful. Okay, now she's going to go to the next section. And really, you're just going to take this and you're going to like split it just so you get a little tiny piece of it and get it out of the way. She will get this out of the way. We'll just stick it into another section. And this will be her guide. Okay, now you're going to do section 2. And you're going to stand in the same exact place. And when she gets around to this side, she's going to actually stand in front of her. And just right where it lives. Good. Get those fingers up, get that shoulder up. There you go. Good. Now you can soften it. Nice and gentle. And you always want, this is the most, come here. This is the most important part right here. This. Why? Because this is the part that's going to lay down and it could be, look like a little ledge. So right there is what you want to soften so it's a point. Right there, you got it. Perfect. You see that? It was so simple, but it's so important, that little tiny thing, right? But then you want those fingers to come up, right? You're coming up like that. Right there is the most important part. There you go. Bingo. Done. Now that will not be a ledge. Now she's going to take that, and then you take that, and then go straight down. You're just going to take it right where it lives. Right where it lives. Okay. And the more comfortable she gets with it, the easier it is. Just cut that right off. There you go. Just don't get your knuckles. You'll get a knuckle sandwich. Perfect. It's good. You probably take a little more out of there. You just need a little piece for a guide. Yep, perfect. Now next spot. You're standing good, her position is good, her elbows are good, her fingers are good. So that would be the test. Stance, fingers, and the comb. The comb is always her guide.
Oh wait.
No, no, you had it. Perfect. You were right. Yep. And if it's nice and soft, you don't have to do it already because it's nice and soft. But if you want to do a tiny bit, you can. Okay. Good job. And so this is the thing though too. Okay, your fingers, comb goes first. The comb is your guide. Let it be loose in your hand, right? You're just looking for that guide. Now we're gonna go a little bit around her. Now I could put my fingers up like this if she had really long hair, but because her hair is like medium, we wanna actually have a little bit of more layer symmetry. It's straight, it's not like this. That's a hook, that's a shelf, that's a ledge. Okay, this is just going around the head. And this is for longer layers. So just so you know, we're gonna go right this way. So now you're just shaping the head. It's head shape. And you're gonna stand a little more over here. Good. Yep. And then soften those ends. Make sure you see those little peaks. I just want another one right. See how it's like a little heavier, that hair? Right there. Take that whole section. Where it lives. There you go. Okay, now soften it. And you can always move it back so you're comfortable. You don't always have to hold it out in that position. You just have to grab it first. But look, see this little hook here? I want that one separated. Perfect. You always want little peaks, little hooks, little peaks. There you go, there's her bottom, right? So you want to come right to there. Take all that off. Okay, now you're gonna pull it out again. And then you're gonna soften it, but you gotta give yourself more room too. Go ahead, you could get that off first. Now give yourself some more room for those fingers. All right, now look at that. I want you to let it down, let it all go. Take that whole section, right, and look at it. See how pretty it's falling? You're starting to see these pretty layers that are just nice and even, tendriling down. Perfect. Now you take a section of that, and she already did that spot. And you're going to take a little tiny piece from this, right here. Okay, here, let me see that. I like to just get it nice and clean. Get that nice section clean, clean, clean. All right, now this is all done already. Get it out of the way. Now now this is her third quadrant. I want you to hold that. Look I want to show you, right? Where's that third quadrant? Right here behind the ear. That's where she's at now. She has to start shifting now. She's gonna start shifting towards me. She can't stand in the same exact spot because if she does, if she takes all that hair straight back here, it will be over directed over here. This haircut is made to go around the head shape, around the head shape, around the head shape, over here, around the head shape, just so you know. So we're not bringing it all back. That would be a total different haircut, going around the head shape. Okay? All right, so you're gonna start moving, and that third section, it's right here behind that ear. Great.
Oh my God, I don't see.
Here, maybe you need a little more piece. Little piece in there. Go ahead, try that. And you're always doing it right where it lives. There you go, you're standing perfect. You see it now? Your guide. There you go. Go up a little higher right there. Shoulders are good, fingers are good, position is good. Great job. Yep, now you're gonna soften those. Good. There we go. Get that baby off. Just be gentle with your own fingers. I've had knuckles. I've had the inside of my finger right in there cut. Oh,
that must
it's the worst. Yes, it is definitely the worst. So I did write a book, The Secrets of a Great Hairpist, and there are great instructions so that you guys can learn a lot of tips and tricks of what to do and what not to do. And I put a lot of good affirmations in there for you to grow your mindset. Okay, so let me show you right here. Okay, now you can take this as a whole too. If you're lost and you're like, oh, I don't know where I am, she just takes it as a whole and then she'll find exactly where she's at. Okay, see how you can see it? Right? She has to take all this off right here. But if you're kind of here and you can't see it, pick up the whole piece and just fingers up, shoulders up, elbows up, and you're good. So you could just take that whole because then you'll see it. There you go, you got it. Sarah is an A+, she's a winner. What's your affirmation, Sarah?
I am smart, I am strong, and I have a brilliant brain.
Yay! I love it. She is. She has a brilliant brain. All of you guys do. We all have a brilliant brain. We just got to use it more. Right? Exactly. Listen, she taught us how to turn the heat off. We didn't even know how to do it. We turned the Nest off and it was actually the electric box. So funny. Everybody's got a brilliant brain in there. We all need each other. One is too small of a number for great success. Now, if you want to take that as a whole, you can, if you want to see that whole part that you just did. Yep. Take it all. You're standing right. The section's right where it lives, right at the head. There you go. Right there. Stop. Oh, you just passed it. Do you see that?
Yes.
See, once you get good at this, right now I'm making you go small, but once you get this, you're going to be like flying through it. You're going to be like, oh, I see it. Now, wait a minute. Watch. Now, the only thing you're doing here is you're pulling all the way up. Listen, we're going around the head now. So this is the section that you need to start looking for right here. Okay, because you're starting to pull it up here, which is fine for longer hair, but your mom needs a little bit of layers on the bottom. So remember, we're following the head shape. So we'd take that off, we'd get that out of the way, and then we would look at this bottom. Look, so right now, that's her end. This is her length. So I know I got to take that part off. So even if you take this whole hair as a whole, you'll see right where her end is, her length, and then here, that will be a layer, and it will be very beautiful on the bottom, so it's not like a bell. Do you ever see layers where it's like, it's so thick on here, it looks like a bell? Doesn't look good. You always want it very symmetry. You want it to be very cascading. There you go. Cut that whole thing off and then you can just soften it. And bring it towards you. It's going to go where it lives. There you go. Not a whole bunch, right in the middle of it. You're always bringing the section to the middle of where your section is. Let me see. Okay. Yep. Where's it thick? See it where it's nice and thick? There you go. You're softening that, right? You're going to get that off. You're going to check it. You're going to look at it. Do you want it a little bit more flexible? Probably. And keep it real symmetric. That's it. Good. Perfect. Now you could take half of that out and now marry this bottom part together. And you'll see it right where it's going to go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. Right now you're going to, and you're pulling it over now. You're over directing it. See how you have to stand right where it is. Right where it lives. Good, 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 good. And always where the darkness is. Yeah. So I want to show you a little trick too. When it gets stuck and you can always bend your fingers. Okay. And then you could just go in there if there's any thick pieces, but this looks really good actually. So that was perfect. But you just check it all a whole. And this something important too. Now we know that this whole section, this whole half a panel, which is here, is done. 1, 2, and 3 are finished. Okay, then you're going to finish her sides, which would be 4, 5, and 6, and then she's going to go to this side and then work around. But we want to check it. Real quick and easy way to check it is just pull it up and look at it and see if there's any hairs that are too long or don't fit. Okay, there we go. We found it real quick. Now I'm going to take that down. We're just going to kind of pull it out. We're going to just kind of take that out as a whole just to kind of look at where it's at. And we would just have little extra pieces right there. Now, would you notice that a lot? Probably not a ton, but you really always want to go from good to great, right? We want to give it our all. But it's really falling beautiful, right? Look how beautiful that is. See that? Another way you can check it is if we take half of it, okay, pull it straight up. You're going to see where those extra pieces are. You could take your scissors and just cut right into there and soften it that way. And that would be 1. And then you take this piece, would be 2. So you can really look at it. Okay, so we do a little there. We'd cut into that, cut into that, cut into just a little. Yep. But otherwise, it's really a good 90% right now. It's like pretty perfect. So you could just take that up, and I want you to cut those little bit of extra hairs. You have to stand over here, though. Standing is the most important. Oh, unless you're going to go straight up. You're going to go straight up? Okay. There you go. See that extra? And don't do it if it doesn't need it. You only do the parts that need it. Always remember that. If it looks good, don't do it just because another part is like, oh, I should just do the whole thing. You actually have some curl. Yeah. Lisa, yeah, whether you think it or not. We can make you curly like me, actually. I love product. See, now I'm assessing her hair. Right? We had the intelligence gathering of what she thinks about her hair, but now I'm using intelligence gathering, thinking, is it curly underneath all that stuff? And it is. See how good that is? It's really close. And you always just kind of like this, Sarah, because you already just finished that piece. Give your fingers a little bit of room, right? So you would just maybe do another little piece there and a little piece here. See, okay. You go really close. You can't really, you know. Comb all that hair up. Is it pulling?
Am I hurting you?
Yeah, you're pulling my hair a little bit.
It's her daughter. She's getting her back. No, and you got to be on top of that. Listen, you just got to, right, exactly. You got it right there. Perfect. I love it. Look at that new little trick you did. I love it. Good. She's good. And actually, I want you to take it this way. Okay, I want you to take her and just go this way and just check that as a whole, because you'll see it right away. All right, now we're going to get to the side. But first, we just want to look. She did section 1, that's the mohawk, section 2, section 3. She pulled them all up, probably about here, and then she kind of went around the head like that, right? So if I pull this out, there we go, right? And then if I pull it out a little bit more, we're on this. So it goes like this. And then we come up, and let's look where it is from here. Right there. So she went here and came around like that. So I want you to start visualizing and using your imagination for haircut. It makes it so much easier because you can see it, it's reading music, and it's playing music. So now she's going to do this section right here. That's number 4. Where is she going to be standing? Now she stood the whole time on that side, right? When she's over here, she's standing here. Now she has to stand here. Okay, she has to get in front of that hair. There you go. Now you could lift it up, and she's going to find her section from the back. She'll have a little tiny piece. That's her guide. Okay, so one thing I see that she's doing, and I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, so the only thing is but you're close. Okay, fingers and comb need to be straight. Straight. Get those fingers in there. There's the guide, I see it. Fingers are to the side, the elbow still has to come up, but the comb is the guide. You could do it straight up, right? But you're always wanting a little bit of an angle over here so it's not a ledge, right? Because why? If we cut it this way, fingers are wrong. That is going to be a hook, a ledge, or a shelf. Okay. And you're going to do it right where it lives, straight up. No, no, I don't mean that. I meant the hair straight up. You need the little bit of an angle. But you need to see the section. If you don't see it, don't do it. Yeah. You got to look for it. You just got to take another little piece. And you got to marry it to that. But don't turn that hair sideways. Do it straight up. There you go. You might have to get right in front of her if it's, and the fingers have to go up. There you go. You see it? Mm-hmm. Got it. Don't do it until you know for sure it's there. And now don't turn that comb. You're doing everything smooth and straight. This is going like this.
Yeah, gotta be like this.
And then you're going to soften those ends. Give yourself room. There you go. That's okay. You'll get that off. Not enough room. You got it. Whatever, there's too much weight on there. Now, and let me just show you something. I would probably do a little more. This side is going to be a lot harder. You want a little bit more. Just give me that scissor. I want you to really see this. Go in with peaks. I'm being very intentional. I'm only using my thumb. 1, 2, 3. See, I'm really making this a lot more soft. I want this to be softer. It's going to be little peaks in there instead of a straight line. And you could go in there and make them a little bit less. But I want you just to know how to do that. And you see how it's a little too heavy still here? I'm just going to take my finger. There you go. Now it's lighter. Now I'm really getting into there. Because this is going to come down, and I want it to be this beautiful feather going back. And now she could separate that and keep going. And then you take the next section. Yep, you probably, like, yep, stand.
Just on her lap.
Yeah, exactly. Now you got to do it where it lives too. You can't go straight up with it. Your fingers got to go straight up, but the section has to go where the head shape is. There you go. You got it. If you want to comb it again, one more time. Don't be afraid to keep getting in there. Comb it, cut it, comb it, cut it. Good. A little more. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna, now listen, you're turning that hair. Now her fingers are turning this hair a little bit. It has to come straight out of where it lives. Straight out where it lives. Like she's almost turning it a little bit. Has to come straight out. You need to get that off. And remember, the comb is the guide. Straight. So it's basically like this. You're coming like this. And then you're coming like this. And then you're coming like this. Then you're coming like this. Remember, there's your imaginary line. So she's going to come to it right here. Okay, there's one. Take that. Next section, straight out to where it lives, around this head shape. We're going to be taking all that off. Now take half of that out. Now you're going to start changing the section. You got to go around her head. Straight out. Not straight out, but almost. There you go. Put those fingers. The comb is your guide first. Keep going with that comb. Get the comb in the right section. If you want it, go ahead. Yep, perfect. Yep, good. Great, now you soften that hair. There you go. You could turn your fingers a tiny bit if you want, like meaning, you know, yeah, there you go. See how much it's easier? And then you could relax your arms. And you could really pay attention to what you're doing. Now listen, this is the thing. See that? Like you really need to go more straight on to it. Right? There you go. Okay? Yep, perfect. Yep. And then take half of that out. comb's got to be in front of the fingers. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right about there. Yep. But you know, go a little further so you can soften that a little bit more. It's like now you have too much leeway. You need just the right there. Now it should hold by itself. There you go. Take it down. Perfect. You see how much more comfortable you are doing that? Is that so much better? And you got to be on top of it though. Like this would have to be straight on. You're making a little, there you go. Now look right there. There you go. Okay. See that? Okay. Now check that as a whole. Yep. Just pull it straight up and look at it. You're going to be able to see. See right there. There's a little butt missing. She's doing good. Yay. Do you feel comfortable? You feel more confident?
I do.
Sarah, where does confidence come from?
Knowing you put the work into it.
And what are you doing right now?
Putting the work in.
Oh, honey, you've been putting the work into it. I'm so proud of you. Yes, yes. Look how nice that's looking. All right, good. Now we're going to do that next section. Now we're on section, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on 5. You're going to be in front of her. Yep. You see how nice your fingers are doing it too? Your fingers are going really nice. Comb always is your guide. All right, so I will take this whole section. There it is right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Underneath. So sometimes you could take, and trust me, I could take this whole thing. It's all even. Like it will instantly show up, right? But the finger has to be up, the shoulder has to be up. Okay, so remember, I'm just going to show you again. I want you to visualize this. 1, get that out of here. We're going to go to section 2. Now we're coming around our head. 2, get that out of there. 3, get that out of there. 4, hold on. Right there, okay? There you go. Okay, and you could stand wherever you're comfortable. This is gonna be so pretty. Yep. Good. Feel more comfortable? I love it, Sarah. Look at you go, honey. That's like a really fun, like little tool that you learn right there. So I do mindset and skill set. I love to mentor my girls. I love to help them grow in here first, because if you can clutter out a lot of, I want to say emotional, not feeling enough, and most of us grow up that way, kind of because of society, because of the world, because of, you know, kids doing things sometimes. And so I feel like we have to build that emotional state of mind first, and then it's so much easier to do skill set. So mastery and mentoring are my favorite things to do. And the best part is when they grow, you can cry because it makes you so proud of them and they become the next masters. Love it. I love it. Yeah, let me see that. Yep, good, perfect. Okay, now we're at the front. This is gonna be a little different. You could actually pull that whole front up and do the last section. That's section 6. You're gonna pull that right up because that's her bang pretty much. And then we'll bring it forward and do that.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're gonna take the next section that's in front of it. I mean behind it. Yep.
Am I doing this whole piece too?
Yep. And you're gonna pull it more forward because it's not gonna go so much back because you're gonna do it where it lives. Perfect. If you gotta find your section though.
There it is.
Yep, the elbow. Good. All right, and then you soften that baby. And just go straight on like that, Sarah. Don't do too much, go straight on. And now you gotta move your finger around with that whole thing. Move your, like, there you go. You see what I'm saying? Just straight on. And watch what you're doing, like look at. Okay, when you're doing that, you're gonna look, right? But you gotta move your fingers with it. You're going straight on, straight on, straight on. And only the places that need it. Because you already did some, now you do a little piece there and that's like maybe a tiny bit there. She's doing so, but you look, comb that hair straight up. You got it all sideways. Look at what you're doing, why you're doing it.
Wait, why am I?
Nope, it's got to be straight on. Look at where you are. Where are you on that head? What section?
The front.
6.
Oh, sorry.
So how are you combing that? You're combing that sideways. You're not even combing it straight up. There you go. You see that? No, but it's okay. But that's why we're doing this, right? But did you see how you did that sideways? And you know, it's important to know why you're doing what you're doing. There you go. And just get that little tiny bit straight on. There you go. Yeah, and yeah, perfect. And I feel like that's excellent. But look, see how you did that again? You took your fingers sideways again. See, this is the trouble. This is the trouble. If I wasn't here, she'd be taking that the wrong section. It goes straight up this way, not this way. And that makes a big difference. Trust me, it's going to change the whole haircut. So now, I want you guys just to see how beautiful these angles and layers are already falling. Look at how nice this signature haircut is. So even if she doesn't want to do anything to her hair, you see it already falling into place. Look how beautiful. There you go, Sarah. Now you're going to do the other half. Okay, come over here. Okay, now she's going to be standing on this side, and then she'll be behind her doing this side. It's falling. Do you see how beautiful that haircut's coming out? Woohoo! Yep, and you got to probably stand over here a little bit more. There you go. See how you can see it? And I'm going to show you how to check that piece to make sure she's connecting it to the other piece real quick after. And the only thing you're doing is over directing it now. You're not doing it where it lives. Good. Take half of that out. Comb it straight out too. Remember, when you're combing this, you're going straight out like a beach ball section. Yep, you're taking that whole thing. There you go. You're going around the head. Perfect. Yep. Now take that whole bottom. Yeah, you need probably a little better sectioning, like pull it out. The comb is your guide, Sarah. Just remember to put that comb in there first. Comb, 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 comb. Now you got it. Okay, now you can see it better. Good. Exactly. Take half of that out. There you go. She just married the ends to there. Perfect. Great. Now you can soften that. See, the second side will be easier because now you're more used to it, right? Make sure you're doing them straight on. Move that. That's right. You got to turn your... Exactly. Good girl. Yay. Excellent. Now I'm going to just show you something real quick. When you're at that section, because you just did the whole right side, when you do that section, lift it up real quick and just make sure you're on point. Okay? We're going to make sure and get that out. And we'll probably just do more. So she's doing a little bit more, and then she could just take that. You see it? Right there and there. She'll just cut into that. The good thing is, it's not a huge difference that it's there, because this still could be like very peaky, but you still just want to, from good to great, because layers are very flexible. Thank God. Blunt lines are not. Okay, so I want to just take it and just check it as a whole real quick. And we need to get this out of here. Make sure you get the sections out of your way. Even though she finished, she got them all over her. I'm going to check it this way as well, just to see. So I would do that little part, get that. Like real pretty, real close. Good 85%. So just do that one more time. You're going to be standing right there. There you go. And actually, Sarah, that's where you really don't have to do that. You really could just texture it, like cut those ends in.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because it was already pretty balanced.
Just has a...
Exactly. It just needs a little softness. So what is that called? Softness. Yes. You're softening that line. Nice and good. It's beautiful. Love it. She's holding her hands straight, her arms straight. Great. Okay, now you're going to go to the next section. Now you're going to turn her this way. Right? Mm-hmm. Now I would get half of this out of the way. You know, you want less hair so it's not getting confusing or complicated. This is going to go with her front. Get that out of the way. And trust me, if you learn the system, the quicker you learn it, the quicker you do it, the more you practice, it's just going to become second nature, and you can do it with your eyes closed.
Right, okay. Should I go in?
She's standing wrong though.
Yeah, should I be in front of?
Now I want to show you. If she goes in front of her, I want you to see how her fingers go. Go ahead, try it. I want to show you why this is not the right way. No. Now look at.
I see why.
Okay, why? Tell me why.
Going this way.
That is progress right there. You understand? That's good. She knows it was wrong. The fingers have to go up. See, the scissor can go up to the fingers. And the comb is the guide. Comb is the guide. Comb is the guide. You're doing it straight, 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 straight. There. Keep going. There you go. It's right there. Now don't twist it. Remember, you're just combing it straight out. You're just going to soften that. Give yourself some room. Okay. There you go. Just right in there. Good. And you see that that's where it needed it, right? Now listen, don't change that comb around, straight out. Like sometimes when you comb, you just comb it a certain way. I want it to be systematic. That comb goes straight out where the hair lives. There you go. Now you're going around her head shape. You're starting to. There you go. You're going to take that off. Yep. Perfect. Soften those ends. You're standing good. Good. Now, yes, you got to turn that hand. Very good. Now listen, maybe even just a little tiny baby right there. There you go. Good. If you want to do another one, you know, but you've seen it, right? That little right there. Yep, good. Take that half, and if you need to put it in a clip, you can if it's not staying because it's not as wet anymore. Good. Listen, guys, this is the tedious work. This is the harder work to do, to be patient and to really like take the time to learn. But I'm going to tell you, it's where you become a superhero. People that win matches in boxing and, you know, Olympics, it's the hard work of doing this is what makes you a hero, right? You want to be an Olympic champion, you got to put the time, energy, and effort into it. You got to be patient. You have to be willing to practice, practice, practice. It makes such a difference. And confidence comes from knowing you put the work into it. That's by Britt Siva. And I love that. I tell them all, practice, practice, practice. It looks so good. Great. Now you could split that in half. And now you want to take a little less. So you want to really get more of that out of there because you just need a little for the guide. You're almost there. How nice is that? Yay. And yeah, and then I want to see where you'll be standing. There you go. I love it. You took the step back, Sarah. I was waiting to see, would she step back and realize she was over in the wrong section? She stepped back because she knew it felt more comfortable. When you're doing it correct, trust me, you'll start feeling super comfortable when you're not in place, right? Did you feel it? Your fingers weren't going right? Yep. And now make sure you soften that piece for sure because that's her other side, her lesser side. And I'd probably even do it a little bit more. Just go even more straight on. There you go. Good. Yep. Take half of that out. There you go, get all that off. And give it a little room. She cuts right to the fingers. I do not cut right to the fingers. I use an imaginary line and I do it. Now I want to show you something real quick here. Hold on, let me just show you something. Sorry, hon.
That's right.
All right, so now I'm taking that top part, right, that she did, because I'm marrying them together just to see where it is. So I like to be very intentional just about making a whole bunch of little peaks. Little peaks, little peaks. See it right there? I just need that one. See how nice and soft that is? And let's just say there's an extra thick piece right here. You could just go in a little bit more just into that thick piece. Just a little, but it just gives a lot of flexibility to those ends. Just a really beautiful way. Okay, and then you just can move that out of the way. And even this, you take this where it lives. Even if you pulled hair from the back, you're taking it right out there and that's coming off. Stand in the right position, yep. A little bit like right in the middle of that section. Yep, right. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, right there. Now you can hold those fingers out and just nice and easy, and keep moving your finger too. Just a little, just make sure you're intentional. Good. Okay, last piece, yay. And she's still gonna stand in the back when she takes that front piece. But then I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna show you how to angle it. And or she might not even want the angle. So we're gonna just kinda, you're always thinking. Do you love thinking? I teach you how to think all the time, don't I? I ask her, Sarah, why am I doing this? Why, and what's it gonna do if I do color? Especially with color, I teach her. Okay, why am I using this lightener? Why am I using 2 lighteners? And she knows, like 90% of the time she knows the answers. I'm so happy. She's very, very a good student. And make sure that comb is straight and that section is straight. You should be behind here. There you go. Comb it one more time. Straight out where it lives. The comb is your guide. Make sure you see the section behind it. Take this so you can really see it now. And don't comb that hair. Listen. You scoop it like.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Comb it, but we gotta wet it more. But you know what's nice though? Her hair will be so easy to dry.
I know.
But we're gonna do the full volume on her anyway. So, and that'll be nice. So we'll just wet it a little bit and put some good stuff in there. I had that last section. Yep, take that whole section. No, I meant like that whole section. Yep. Comb straight. Don't scoop it. Do you see the guide? If you don't, you probably need more hair from behind. There you go. Don't do it if you don't see the guide. And that guide, you're gonna push that hair to that guide, but not a lot. You're just gonna kinda, yep, the comb's gotta be straight on that section, straight up, Sarah. There you go. You see the difference? There you go. You see it right there. Good job. Oh, you just have to do it one more time. You're scooping that hair. Get your fingers behind it. There you go, straight, nice and straight. Good, now you can texturize that. And only the parts that need it. Yep, and a little right there, good. Perfect, and then that's the last section. Yay, great job. Yep. And maybe just right here a little bit. Good. Okay. Now let's drop it. I want you to comb that whole hair out and I want you to see what it looks like. Oh man, is it gorgeous. Check it all out. I want you to put your fingers through it. Whoa, look how nice. Now push that all back. You want to like, there you go. You want to see it? Yeah. Let's show. Now we're going to check. All right, so let me help her check this just to show her. All right, so we could take this whole thing as a whole. See how I grab it all with my hand? Looks really good. Look how beautiful. That's an A+, right? So nice and smooth. Let me check this back. Check, 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 check. Okay, there we go. See that little extra? And you could also do it like this. But this is important. So this whole haircut should actually be like this coming around the head. So I'm going to take it where her part is. A little bit from that side, a little bit from that side, and see if we should probably angle it a tiny bit more. Yes. I could do it that way, or I could do it this way. Now I'm going to take her next section. All this hair should come up, straight up. I mean, it's not going to be straight up, it's going to be on an angle. But you want to comb it straight up. Oh, it's got little knots in there. Okay, see that right there? That will just give her a beautiful, better feather around. You don't have to do that if they want it longer there. But for her haircut, we want to kind of make it the signature haircut. We're going to face frame her too. Check, check, check. Perfect. And just a little bit right there. Otherwise, it is an A+. I'm going to comb it just so you guys can really see it. She's going to have a beautiful style. Okay. And then I like to do the face frame after and the bottom. So you're going to think of a couple different things. Because she kind of had like a real straight, more straight A line, we're just going to, most people have it round. I want to say probably a good 60% of my customers have it round. Some of it, I would say maybe even 75. Because round is just very common and it's very easy to do layered haircuts with round. V would be if somebody wanted it even longer, and then that whole haircut you'd actually do in front. And you'd bring all that hair forward and you'd cut it. And that would give you a V in the back. So now we'll just take that bottom. Okay, now she would really have to pump her up. Yeah, so this way. Or she could sit down, which I think Sarah is better off sitting down.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, you could sit there. Now I want you to take this. And you're going to do the mohawk first section. And then you're going to come around the same way she walked around her. And then you're going to come this way. And then you're going to come this way. And then you're going to come this way. And then we go to the angle.
So is this for her length?
This is for her length. And you're just going to take that whole mohawk right in the middle. Just comb it straight down. And have her push her head a little forward. And you got to grab all that hair underneath. All of it underneath. See this? All of it. Yep, combing all the way down. And you know what? I would soften that. Look how nice that looks. Yeah. Perfect, Sarah. Perfect. And you want it like nice and soft. You see where you can see the parts that are not? Mm-hmm.
Nice go around.
Yeah, you're going to keep going around. Okay, and then you're going to come this way. See how you got to walk around her if you want to do that nice round? And you just keep connecting the next piece with the next piece with the next piece. Perfect. This really came out really good. So we have to make sure this is angled. See where this is not angled? See that? But see how this one was angled a little bit more? Because this is her lesser side, this is her thicker side. So really you could always check that too by seeing, did you maybe take that off her? But I love the way her hair is angling right now. So you could come down. And I always think of where the nose is, right? The nose will be coming down. You take the next section up here. Now think of the beach ball. This was number 6, this is number 5. You're gonna bring it down and around like a C. See, it's right there, that's the spot. Do you understand? So I want you, and I would be standing in front of her. I'm just trying to show you guys, but I'd be here, and I'm right in front of them. And I would bring this straight down, all that would be cut off. See, there's her length right there, and that would be cut right there. Okay? And her front we pretty much did, so you could just... And that finger comes down like a C. Body position, fingers, there you go, you see it? Okay, let me check that real quick. Okay, so look, you see the piece that's missing? Right there. So you're always looking at it and you want to see okay, how does it look? And this hair is coming from back here. Remember, she's got all that extra hair in the back. So I want you to turn your head. So you're going to have her tilt her head too. And then I'd probably just cut that off. See that square? I mean, it's a triangle. That triangle should be cut off so it's this beautiful little cascading angle around her face. Yeah, because remember, she had her hair more of an A line, right? So straight line. I would take that off and then I'd work my way up. So I'd take that off and then I would grab it and then I'd look at that line where it was and then I'd come up. Because this is, all the rest of that's really perfect. See how much nicer that looks? Now bring all that back forward, like her whole back forward, all of this hair forward, and look at it, right? You're visualizing. How much better does that look? So nice. Yeah. You always have to look and check. Exactly, it looks good. Soften that. Right there, soften that. Nope, soften it. Straight on, your fingers are not going the right way. There you go. See the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Perfect. Now you're gonna do the other side. And you're gonna bring it towards you this way. And you're still gonna be in the same exact position. You're going to take this little section and you're going to marry it to this part and then you're going to come down this way. It's like a C coming in. So there you go, Sarah. You could start right there. There you go. Good. There you go. See all that extra hair in there? Great. Right there. Yep. And now look at both sides. Now put her part the way it's supposed to go. Look at her hair as a whole. Step back and look at it.
I think it looks good.
Yep. Did you check it? Grab both of those pieces in the bottom. Right at the very bottom where her length is. Check them. Do they marry together right where her nose is? You're going to kind of put them together and see. Yep. I'm going to grab these and you're going to just check and make sure. Look how good that is. Right? Just a little here and there, but really it's like 90% good. But I would say just a hair right here. You see? See it?
Yeah.
Just a tiny. From good to great, from good to great. We want it to be balanced, right? A haircut doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be balanced. She has less hair over here and more hair over here. This is gonna be the heavier side. So we have to take that into consideration, right? So you're gonna look and see, yeah, this has to be a little shorter, just so you know, on this side, because she has this top. This is gonna be extra a little shorter, So, you know, you have to realize you want symmetry, you want balance. But that's why I pulled it up this way when I did that, so that you'd make sure it was even on both sides. But this will still be a tiny bit shorter because this has the extra hair. And if it's not, you want to make just one extra layer to make it a little shorter, which then you could just, and I can't stand that way, I'd have to stand this way, and I literally just make a little extra piece right here so that it balances out with this top and this part. All right, good. We are going to put product in her, and we're going to give her the full volume blow dry. Now you got to see that in a moment. All right, so these products, this is also a great consultation. When you share products with your customers, you're going to say to them, so this is from 11 and they're from Australia, and they have great products for building volume in hair. This is called I Want Volume Foam. You teach them how to do it. You're going to do one, two, three. You tell them, I'm going to do 3 pumps. I'm going to take it in my hand, nice and easy, and I'm going to pat, 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 pat. Most of this is going to be on the top of her hair because we want it to be a little fuller there, and then go in her bangs. Definitely get her bang, and you show them how to use it. Super important. People don't know what they don't know until you teach them. A little bit of salt spray, and just salt spray just in the top, and it's very close to organic too, so it's really a good spray. Do you use any products much?
I don't do anything to my hair.
Now,
But a start.
yeah, that's it. Now she's ready. There you go. How good was that? Did you see she picked that up and she went right here? This is an important part. You want a little texture in there. What does salt spray do, Sarah?
It adds that tack in there to hold.
Yep, it adds tack in there. And salt spray opens up the cuticle. It kind of swells it. Think of when you go to the beach and your hair is like floppy and windy and it fills up because salt plumps up the hair. So that's what she's doing there. All right, guys, so this is for the customer right here. You're going to leave it in front of them of what I used, and I taught her how to use it. I'm so sick and tired of people saying, I don't know how to sell product. You're not selling product. You're educating your client on what you're using and how to use it. That's not selling. That is educating them. We all need education. If you go into Sephora, you go into any place, you don't even know what you're doing because you don't know what all the products do. That's why it's important. We're hair doctors. We want to teach them and show them what are we putting in their hair, because when they love their style, they're buying the product. Trust me when I tell you, they will absolutely buy it. They said a big percent goes out because people didn't educate and show them what they were using and how to use it. They go out and buy something after. So don't let that happen. You don't have to. You could just teach and educate them yourself. And if you don't know how to use it, shame on you. You should definitely make sure you know how to use your products. Over until it's over. You did a great job.
Thank you.
She did an excellent job. How do you like your haircut?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
We turn it up, but it's not done just yet. There's something missing, right? That little bit of gray. This is Euphoria. It's a powder. We love it, love it, love it, right?
Yes.
She already has it, but we can't let her go out of here without it. So we're going to teach you how to use it. There's a little blush brush. Go ahead, Sarah. So you're just going to brush it on like a blush brush, like you would do your cheek, but you're doing the roots. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to turn her around and show her her beautiful hair.
And it's so much
Yay.
lighter too.
So much lighter, right? Now look at the style she has. And Sarah did it. That's the best part.
Good job.
She did the whole thing. Good job. Good job. 1 is too small of a number for great success. We need each other. It's awesome to mentor her. She's her mom, and she was willing to be a willing participant. She was awesome in the whole thing. And now Sarah knows how to
Yes.
do a layered beach ball haircut, Kimmy's signature haircut.
Yes.
So how confident do you feel now after this whole time?
From like a 50, I'm like at like a 75. I still have to
Great.
practice, but I feel much confident with it.
Good. Practice, practice, practice makes mastery. All right, guys, we just want to thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for participating, and we hope that you learned a lot. My book, did you read my book?
I did read your book.
What did you think about my book?
I loved your book.
What did you love about it?
It was a nice, easy read. It was funny. You also had lessons to be learned in there. And it was overall like a good put together book.
Yeah, we have affirmations in there for you. It's called The Secrets of a Great Hairpist. Lessons I've learned along the way. And these are the kind of lessons that I teach you in there, but I teach you my nightmare lessons, the ones that I made the biggest mistakes with. Right? She says, you did not cut the tip of somebody's ear off. I go, I did. So, yeah, it was a little rough.
Wow.
We'll give you a signed copy so you get to read it. So we want to thank you again, guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Bye.
Thank you.